Ladies and gentlemen, this is Bill Hamilton, country boy from Old Hickory, Tennessee, coming back to you. This time, ladies and gentlemen, my subject is my 7 dumbest financial mistakes. My 7 dumbest financial mistakes. In fact, that's where I started, ladies and gentlemen, and then I've made so many mistakes, I had to X out 7 and go to my 10 dumbest financial mistakes. And once I completed that list, ladies and gentlemen, my list continues to grow. It is so long that I had to go to now my 20 dumbest financial mistakes. So this is part 1, ladies and gentlemen, of my 20 dumbest financial mistakes. Somebody said that a smart person is one who learns from his own mistakes. But a wise person is one who learns from somebody else's mistake. That's why I'm in front of this camera lens today, ladies and gentlemen, to enable you to learn from my mistakes. My 20 dumbest financial mistakes, part 1, 1 through 10. Number 1, buying new cars. Buying new cars. Ladies and gentlemen, a new car depreciates 25 to 33% the second you drive it off the lot. Now, I'm sure that I had been told that somewhere along the way. Maybe I even knew that after my first 3 or 4 new cars. But I was so stupid, so dumb, that I continued to make that mistake.
You big dummy.
Never buy a new car again. I finally figured that out. That's mistake number 1. Buying new cars.
You big dummy.
Number 2, renting too long. I remember after graduating from college with an electrical engineering degree, going to work for General Motors in Anderson, Indiana, and renting one of the most fashionable apartments in town. Well, one of my Anglo colleagues who graduated the same time I did from Purdue, I noticed that he bought a home. In fact, his father didn't give him a graduation present, but his father gave him a financial graduation gift to enable him to make a down payment on a new home. Small new home. And I didn't understand at the time because I had one of the most palatial apartments in town. Super bad apartments at the Madison Ridge. All brand new furniture. I had a brand new ride at the time. Yeah, that was my first new car.
You big dummy.
And I continued to rent year after year after year after year, while my friend graduated the same time I did, his house was appreciating and appreciating in value year after year after year after year.
You big dummy.
So by the time I finally became smart enough to realize that I need to be investing in my own home and paying a mortgage, he was ready to move on. Sell that first house and now moved into a more palatial second house. While I at the time am now still buying my first house after wasting all that money, all of those years, renting, paying somebody else's mortgage. Renting too long. Dummy. Number 3, monthly affordability. Monthly affordability. What do you mean by that, Bill Hamilton? Well, have you noticed that virtually every advertisement that you see on TV doesn't talk about the total cost? Particularly in automobiles, they never even talk about the total cost anymore. They only talk about the monthly payment. It's gotten so bad that folks selling mattresses like Rooms to Go are talking about monthly payments for 8 years. On a mattress, on a mattress, on a mattress. Are you out of your mind? Ladies and gentlemen, therefore I found myself divvying up my income monthly based on monthly payments for this, monthly payments for that, everything that I had in my house that I owned, quote unquote, I was making monthly payments on. When your budget is composed of monthly payments, that's called a clue. In my case, fool, called monthly payments affordability.
You a big dummy there. I'm not kidding.
Number 4, no emergency fund. No emergency fund. I operated on the theory that everything was going to go well. If everything goes well and there are no surprises, I can make all of these monthly payments and everything is going to be fine. But the second something goes wrong, oh, don't let the radiator go out. Oh no, don't let the battery go dead and I have to get a tow. Oh, no. And please, don't let the fuel pump go out. Oh no, and the transmission, Lord, whatever you do, don't let the transmission go out. Because I had no emergency fund. The minute an emergency took place, that put everything else in my monthly payment budget in shambles.
Dummy!
The bad part about it is so many people are living like that today. USA Today did a survey, as I often talk about, that said over 50% of the people in America cannot afford a $400 emergency. My 20 dumbest financial mistakes, these being the first 10. Number 4 is no emergency fund. Dummy. Number 5, saving little. Saving little. Because after we add up all of those little monthly payments and no emergency fund, obviously sooner or later something's going wrong. So saving? What savings? I don't have any savings. Savings?
Yeah, I'm worthless, penniless, broke, busted, and a dummy.
Number 5, saving little. It should be listed as saving nothing. Dummy. Number 6, investing nothing. Investing nothing. By now, you understand my wealth building formula of 10, 10, 80. 10% of everything you earn should be yours forever. That second 10% that you pay to yourself in savings, that you will accumulate and invest, that's what's going to make you a millionaire. I didn't have that concept, didn't understand that concept. No investing whatsoever. I was spending everything in monthly payments. And then when I had an emergency, it wrecked everything. Savings? What savings? If you don't have any savings, you sure aren't going to have any investments.
Okay, dummy. Before this game, you was just a plain dummy. But after the night, you be a broke dummy.
Number 6, investing nothing. Dummy. Number 7, loaning money. Oh, I'm sure I may have hit a familiar chord there with many of you. When your friends and your relatives, particularly who don't bother to tune in to YouTube, to my wealth building channel, or don't bother to be on my Sunday night call, 10 o'clock Eastern time each Sunday night. The information follows on this video. Or read any books about wealth building. I love books. One of the books I love most is The Jewish Phenomenon. you want to read the Jewish phenomenon. How the Jewish people, with such a small percentage of people as it relates to the population, have such a massive percentage of the wealth in the U.S. and around the world. How do the rich acquire their riches? Ladies and gentlemen, you've got to study. You've got to learn. If you want to acquire money, if you want to be a millionaire, if you want to acquire wealth, you need to study how the wealthy generate their wealth. Stop asking Cousin Kool-Aid for any advice and counsel. And Lord knows, don't loan any money to Cousin Kool-Aid. One of my biggest financial mistakes was loaning money. And finally I learned. And it goes like this. My daddy said it to me and I didn't listen to it the first time. After being disappointed so many times, I finally learned. He who loans money to a friend will soon lose them both.
This dummy here wanted to pawn it. And the reason why I'm here between you two dummies trying to sell it to this dummy.
My 10 dumbest financial mistakes. Number 7, loaning money. Dummy. Number 8, paying only the minimum monthly payment due on a 30-year mortgage. Paying only the minimum monthly payment due on a 30-year mortgage. By the time I figured out I ought to have a mortgage and stop this year after year after year after year eternal renting, when I did get into my mortgage and when I did get a monthly mortgage payment, I thought it meant that that's what I should pay every month. Whatever the monthly mortgage payment stated on my 30-year mortgage, that's what I should pay.
You bigger dummy than my dummy.
I wasn't smart enough to do the calculation and figure out how after 30 years of paying this mortgage every month with the amount that my payment due stated, how much I would really be paying in total for the mortgage. How a $250,000 mortgage can get to be over $500,000 when I multiply the monthly payment times 12 times 30 years. It's called 5th grade arithmetic. I didn't do it.
Here's the door, dummy.
That's why I have a video. If you haven't seen it, please go to it. In fact, there are 2 of them, part 1 and part 2. How to pay off your mortgage early. See, I didn't have anybody cutting videos for me way back when I got my first mortgage. That's why I'm here for you today to be a blessing. Number 9, not understanding PMI. All up in here. Once I did get my mortgage, ladies and gentlemen, once I did get my 30-year monthly payment schedule, ladies and gentlemen, there was also something on the form called PMI, which stands for Private Mortgage Insurance. Not understanding what that meant and the ramifications of that, when that should stop, being ignorant about PMI was one of my 20 dumbest financial mistakes. You stay with me, ladies and gentlemen. I have a video coming that lays out to you in finite detail everything you need to know about PMI that your bank and your mortgage company ain't about to tell you. Number 10, I started with cars. Number 1 was new cars. Number 10, I'm going to end this first segment with cars. These are my 20 dumbest financial mistakes. Part 1, 1 through 10. And number 10 is trading cars often. Trading cars often. It wasn't bad enough that I was dumb enough to go buy new cars in the first place. But now that I made that first dumb mistake, I'm going to make another dumb mistake. I'm going to trade the bad boys frequently. Are you out of your mind? It took me way too long to realize that after driving that new car off the lot, and after it had lost 25 to 30%, that if I turn around and traded in 1, 2, or 3 years, that they were going to give me wholesale for it, which was way, way, way below what I paid for it, and I was going to buy the next new car at retail.
You dummy!
Don't do that anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, on number 10, I go back to something I've said to you earlier. Buy quality and take impeccable care of it. You decide what quality car you can afford. Don't buy it new. Buy it 3 or more years old. Buy a cream puff. Then take impeccable care of it. And as I learned in number 10, don't trade it in. Keep that bad boy and drive the tires off of it. That's the only way that you're going to get a proper return on your investment. Right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have 3 cars. One is a 000. That's a 2000, y'all. And the 2 others are 02s. That's right. Ladies and gentlemen, they are riding so well. They are looking so well because I wax each one of them at least 3 times a year. Change the oil constantly. Take impeccable care of them. Someone commented on my wife's car just 2 days ago. Lexus SC430, 2002. Couldn't believe how good it looked. Ma'am, ooh, look at that 2-seater convertible you're riding in. What kind of car is that? Ooh, that looks so good. She just smiled and said thank you, knowing that her Lexus SC430 2002 is 15 model years old. Looks new. Looks new. Looks new. I said no car payments. I said not trading cars in often. So number 10, and finally, in part 1, trading cars often. That's 1 through 10 of my 20 dumbest financial mistakes. Dummy. Learn from my stupidity. Please, please, please don't feel like you need to go out and duplicate it. Take it to the bridge, son. Take it to the bridge.
Oh no, you big dummy. And I can't wait to see you starring in your first movie. Yeah. Deep Dummy. See these? I'm donating 10 to the March of Dummies. Dummy. P.S. again. Bye, dummy. The tall dummy standing before me, I leave to the Hollywood Wax Museum. La-dee-dee, they la-dee-dum, it's dummy. Just Donna and me. And the dummy makes 3.
Have you ever seen him act?
I've been watching him act all his life. Like a dummy. I mean, I didn't know you were interested in gardening. Why not? Well, up to now, the only thing you've grown is dumber and dumber. Shut up, dummy.
Pop.
Shut up, dummy.